Top 10 relationship lies. It's okay to tell your partner. Now, before anybody freaks out right off the bat, we are not talking about, like big, huge betrayals or anything. This is more those like little, arguably well-intentioned fibs that people kind of tell in relationships.
Yeah.
And we're going to go through all 10 of these and try to kind of figure out, what's the motivation, what's the potential impact, and really just kind of unpack why these are so common,
I think that's what's so interesting about a list like this even existing.
Yeah.
It means that this is something that's relatable to a lot of people.
Right.
And I think we can all probably think of a time when we maybe told one of these lies.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Or been on the receiving end.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's interesting to think about why these are so common.
Okay, so let's just jump right into it.
Yeah.
Number one, you're right. So, we've all been there. Like, let's say you're having like a really tiny disagreement with your partner about, like, was that movie released in 1998 or 1999?
Right.
Sometimes it's just easier to be like, yeah, you're right, let's move on.
Exactly. And I think it goes back to that picking your battles idea.
Yeah.
So it's not so much that you actually are conceding that they're right, but you're saying, you know what? For the sake of the harmony of this relationship, I'm not going to fight about this tiny detail.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
Okay, number two. This is a classic, I love your cooking.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe dinner wasn't your favorite.
Right.
But you can see your partner like slaved away in the kitchen all day.
Totally.
So, you say, oh, honey, this is amazing.
And again, it's about appreciating the effort and the love that went into it more than the actual like taste of the food.
Totally.
Sometimes, they can be more important than being, brutally honest.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't want to discourage them from cooking again. Okay, number three. You look great in that outfit.
Okay.
So I think, we've all had those moments where our partner is like so excited to wear something.
Yes.
And we're like, I don't know.
Right.
But they feel so good in it that you're like, you know what? You look amazing.
And I think sometimes it can be about supporting their self-expression.
Yeah.
They feel confident and beautiful in that outfit, and you want to encourage that.
Exactly.
It's more about their feelings than your personal taste.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, number four. I wasn't mad, just tired.
Mm-hmm.
This is one I think we are all very familiar with. Yeah. Maybe you are a little bit snappy.
Right.
But you don't want to have like a whole, heart to heart about why you're in a bad mood. So you just say, oh, honey, I'm just tired.
It's like a way of tabling it.
Yeah.
Without getting into the nitty-gritty of why.
Exactly.
But I think the important thing here is to make sure that tired isn't like a constant excuse.
Yes, definitely.
Or a way to avoid having conversations.
Yeah, exactly.
That do need to be had.
Totally. Okay, number five. I don't remember what they look like.
Ugh, the exes.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So if like an old flame comes up in conversation, maybe you pretend you just don't remember
Totally.
what they even look like.
And it's a way of downplaying any sort of like,
like lingering feelings.
Right. It's like protecting the current relationship.
Yeah.
By minimizing the past.
Exactly. Number six, I already cleaned that. I think we've all been here.
I've definitely used this one.
Yeah, me too. So you meant to do a chore.
Right.
And you totally spaced.
Yeah.
But you're about to do it like right now.
Right.
So you just tell your partner, oh yeah, I already took care of that.
It's on my list.
Yeah, and it's like, in your mind, you're like, okay, I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it right now.
I'm going to do it in like 5 minutes.
Exactly. It's just a little white lie to buy you some time.
Yeah. Okay, number 7. Your joke was funny.
Okay.
Even if it like totally bombed.
Right.
Sometimes you just got to give them a little chuckle.
Yeah. Just to be supportive.
Right.
And I think especially in those early days of a relationship.
Oh, yeah.
You want to be encouraging of like
you don't
their attempts at humor.
Yeah, you don't want to crush their.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You want to foster that like fun, playful connection.
Yeah. Number 8. I don't mind waiting. Whether they're running late or like taking forever to get ready.
Right.
You're like, oh, it's no problem. Take your time.
And it's a way of maintaining that like positive vibe.
Yes. You don't want to be all like snappy and grumpy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about being patient and understanding.
Yes.
Even if you're secretly like, oh my gosh, we're going to be late.
Yeah. Hurry up.
Right.
Okay. Number 9. I forgot about that gift.
Oh.
So this one is tough.
Yeah.
But maybe you received a gift in the past.
Yeah.
That wasn't quite your taste. Right.
And it comes up again.
Yeah.
And to save your partner's feelings, they're just like, I totally forgot about that.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
It's a way of avoiding that awkwardness.
Yes.
Of them feeling like they didn't get you something you actually liked.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And finally, number 10, the ultimate, I'm fine.
The classic.
Yeah, so sometimes you're just not ready to talk about something.
Yeah.
Or you need a minute to process your emotion.
Oh,
you're like, no, I'm fine.
just give me a minute.
Yeah, and then later you're like, okay, actually, about that thing.
Right. Or maybe you do need that time to calm down before you actually dive into a conversation.
Exactly. So there you have it, the 10 relationship lies that are supposedly okay.
It's fascinating.
Yeah. And it's interesting how so many of them are about trying to protect your partner's feelings.
I know. It's like this weird paradox, right?
Yeah.
Where you're being dishonest.
Yeah.
But it's coming from a place of love and care. Right. It's about trying to maintain that positive connection.
Exactly.
So it's interesting, I guess, it comes down to where do you draw that line between a harmless little white lie and something that could actually erode trust in your relationship?
That's a great question.
Yeah, and what truly builds that strong foundation, versus just avoiding those tricky conversations.
Yeah.
So something to think about.